Today I'd like to start us out with one of the easiest parts exercises that is simple to do and going to get you started with working with various parts of yourself. This is a great one for getting started, and then you can continue to add additional parts, dive deeper into parts, work with the start of this easy exercise. I want to remind everybody that to be patient and kind with yourself during these processes, and to allow it to just be a playful exercise. If you don't get visuals, if you don't hear things, if it seems silly at first, just play with it. And what's great about this particular exercise is it's called the passenger seat. So this is one that you can do in the privacy of your own car. And what's great about that is no one's assuming you're talking to yourself in the car. You could be listening to the radio or talking to a friend on the phone and no one would know the difference. And so this is what is a safe space for you to start opening up the dialogue with various parts of yourself. All right, so it's called the passenger seat, and it's great for when you're driving in the car and you have an issue going on in your life. You're frustrated, you're ruminating over something, you can't get something out of your head, you're angry, you're frustrated at someone or something, situation that's happened. All right, we got the passenger seat open. We're going to open this up and dive deeper into this issue. So whatever the issue is, whatever you're triggered by, we're going to trace it back as far back as we can go into our personal history and find a moment that wants to show up, and trust that whatever moment has decided to show up, it's absolutely perfect. It's showing up for a reason, and we're going to look at that one. Now, that event may not be the root event. So if you find yourself triggered again in the future over the same thing, you may have not gone far enough back. But let's just start where we are and trust that the example that's showing up is the one that is calling for your attention, calling for you to work with. Or maybe it's just your subconscious mind says this is the easiest one for us to handle at the moment, and we can dive deeper and deeper and deeper later down the road. So you're upset, you're triggered, you're frustrated at a situation. You find an age or a memory that this reminds you of. Okay? What age are you? What's the scenario? Who's involved? Who's there? So what you're going to do is take your child self, whatever age they are, 5, 6, 7, and you're going to put them in the passenger seat of the car as if they were actually a passenger in your car. Allow that situation to show up, and you're going to start to open up the dialogue between you and your inner child about this. So you're going to speak to them as if you were speaking to a child, and they are going to respond to you in their little child voice. This is especially good for getting stuck throat energy out. So we're going to go trace it back to the memory, and you're going to ask your inner child to tell you about this experience that happened. So they're going to tell you about the experience, who was there, what was happening, what they were feeling, what they were going through. And you now get to, as the driver, as the caring adult, listen to the child self describe what's going on. And you're going to basically move back and forth with the dialogue with your inner child and your adult self, now knowing that you have more information about the situation than they did at that moment. Something I like to offer is, as you're going back into these past memories, you, your current self, have way more information, you have more skills, you're stronger, you're bigger, etc. So what I often advise is, when the inner child is reliving a moment, in your mind, I want you to go back to that moment with them, and you're going to stand behind them. And you're going to do whatever your inner child that root need needed to happen in that moment. You're going to yell and fight back at the bully. You're going to run and scream and get away. You're going to do whatever you know, only you know what that is, and your adult self is going to do that thing for you in that moment. This is beginner work, so there's far more complexities that we can get into with this, but this is a great place to start. You're going to go back to that moment in the now moment. And what's great about this is in the now moment, we're safe. There actually is no bully. There is no monster. There is no whatever. We can go back and we can nurture and speak to our inner child in the way in which they really, really needed it. So you're going to move yourself either physically or non-physically, just in your mind, and you're going to open up and talk to your inner child. You're going to stand behind them in the triggering or emotional moment that was happening, and you're going to fill their need. You're going to do what a loving, compassionate parent, adult self would. You're going to be the parent to your inner child. Once that action has happened, you can turn the inner child around and you're going to speak to them directly. Honey, that wasn't your fault. There's no way we could have known better. You did absolutely great. You're going to speak the words that a loving, caring, compassionate parent would. And you need for them to hear you. So you're going to switch roles, get in the passenger seat. The adult self is going to ask the inner child, did you hear what I said? Did you really hear me? And then allow them to open up the dialogue and really allow them to open up the dialogue. There might be something else going on that they really need to say. Yeah, but I'm still scared. Yeah, but this might happen again. Yeah, but whatever. And then switch roles again. I have your back. We're going to handle it together next time. You're safe now. No one can hurt you. We're going to get through this. Again, did you hear me? Going back to the child self. You want to get them to a place where they feel safe with you now. Where they know that you're going to come along and start fixing some of the root cause problems with them. Seeing them, hearing them, understanding their world, understanding their reality. Honey, I know why you made that decision in that moment, and you did great. Just so you know, this is what we're going to do in the future. This is how we're going to handle something. I love the passenger seat meditation or guidance. Go ahead and use it in your car and expand upon it. Really play roles and enjoy laughing, holding your inner child's hand as you're driving somewhere. Take them on adventures. Really get to know your cute, adorable, innocent inner child. They have so many gifts for you if we just give them a voice to hear and see. They know that they're protected. They know that they're loved. I hope you enjoyed this exercise. If you give it a try, please comment in the notes below. If you have anything you want to add to this exercise, I'm always open to constructive feedback. I am somewhat new here, so if you wouldn't mind subscribing, liking the video, or sharing it, that would be amazing, only if it speaks to you. Thank you so much for giving this a try, for being brave, for getting into the inner child work, doing the work. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.